I've been saying this right along, and I'll continue to say it. Don't be caught up in overreacting to what you see in the previous game of a playoff series. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't go with teams in consecutive games, or that you should go with a contrarian approach or that zigzag theory for the sake of just doing so. You have to pick your spots, but ask yourself this before you come to a conclusion or a decision on a pick. Am I overreacting to what I saw the game before? Perfect example. I know a couple of you chimed in the other day when I had an Orlando first quarter and first half bet, but a couple of you chimed in to say that you like Cleveland in that game. And I'm not being disrespectful when I say this, but I think you have to ask yourself, when you made that Cleveland pick, did you overreact from the fact that Orlando was totally dominated in the first two games of that series? And you saw what happened. Orlando wins by 38. The NBA is a very fickle league, folks. In any event, I have one of those situations today, and it comes in the Miami, who will be hosting Boston in Game 3 on Saturday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And before I get to that, just some friendly reminders, folks. You'll see my streaks here in terms of my premium paid selections on the bottom. I'll let those run for a while rather than bore you with them all. But just some highlights. I won again last night. Easy winner on the Dallas Mavericks. And the night before, I had the Orlando Magic as a premium pick. They win by 38. So that makes me 6-0 the last 4 days with my NBA playoff selections. 13-4 in the NBA postseason this year. And going back to 2022, 90-52, folks. That's good for 63%. All documented over at Sports Memo and Wager Talk. In addition, my NBA totals are 9-0 with my last 9, and my NBA overall 18-4 since April the 9th. So a lot of great things happening when it comes to the NBA right now. And that's been my focal point. I've been really treading lightly with Major League Baseball. And the best part about all those streaks in the NBA and how well we're doing is you can get a 3-day pass from me right now by simply going to my Sports Memo direct page at sm.buzz/RB. And when you purchase my 3-day pass for just $49, we're going to add an additional day onto you for free. So you're going to get 4 days for $49. And you don't need a promo or code or a coupon. Basically, we're just going to add that 4th day for you. And just to make you realize the value in that additional day, a 1-day pass at Sports Memo is $39 for all of us. So you're getting an additional $39 value. All right, let's get to the matter at hand, and that's the game between the Celtics and the Heat. And Boston, they opened as an 8-point favorite with a total of 205.5. That line has since dropped, has since escalated to Boston -9 and dropped on the total, I should say, from 205.5 to 203, and that's according to DraftKings. And you can check all those odds out at our live odds page at wagertalk.com. Boston is coming off a shocking Game 2, 111-101 loss in a game they closed as a 14.5-point favorite. Here's the thing. I like to look at betting angles, especially during postseason time, and how teams react from one game to the other as a whole, not a specific team. An angle includes all teams in all situations, a trend that is specifically for a specific team, for lack of a better phrase. So NBA playoff away teams that are playing after game 1 of a series, and they're coming off a double-digit favorite straight-up loss like Boston is, have gone 6-0 straight up in ATS since 2006 and won by 20.5 points per game. So you can see this situation is a real rarity where you have a double-digit favorite losing outright in the postseason, and they're coming in. It has to be a playoff game. That's why I specified game 2 or beyond. A lot of teams lay down in the last regular season game of the year because they hold out players or whatever have you. But they lost this game as a straight up double-digit favorite in a playoff contest. In the following game, teams that go that come off that situation are perfect 6-0 straight up in ATS. And like I said, even more importantly is the fact that they win those games by over 20 points per contest. This was a little bit surprising to me, even, and I follow this uh, quite extensively. Obviously, I do this every day for a living, but I was surprised to see the Miami Heat this year as a home underdog. They've been a home underdog 10 times this year. They're 0-10 straight up, and more importantly, 1-9 against the spread. And they're being outscored in those 10 games by 12.8 points per game. And that's concerning when you're playing the best team record-wise in the NBA in the Boston Celtics. Furthermore, if you go back to last year's NBA Finals where the Heat played the Denver Nuggets, they've gone 0-12 straight up and 1-11 against the spread in their last 12 as a home underdog. So not very good. It doesn't bode well for confidence, even though we think of the Miami Heat as a quality team, and you also would assume you're going to get value with them as a home underdog, but that hasn't been the case of late. Miami was much better on the road during the regular season than they were at home. They went just 22-19 at home and a better 24-17 on the road. And the Heat actually have lost their last 4 at home versus Boston, including a January 25th matchup when the Boston Celtics just crushed them 143-110 on their home floor. I'm going to go with Boston here. I'm going to lay to 9. I think the Celtics come back and make a statement here, and an emphatic one at that, and they win big here. Boston -9 over Miami on Saturday, April the 26th. Folks, don't forget to give me a like. It would be deeply appreciated. And also, if you have not subscribed to Wager Talk TV, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's absolutely free. So just click on the subscribe button, and you'll see a red subscribe button there in the bottom right-hand corner of your video box. And that'll get you going. And take one extra step and go into your YouTube settings and click on your alert notification bell for Wager Talk TV, and you'll be notified immediately upon any of our great content going up on our channel. Until the next time, for Wager Talk TV and Ross Benjamin, take care and God bless, folks.